So, my name is Donald Donner, or Donari. I'm a second year at Warren College, and I want to be social awareness coordinator because I feel like KP as a SAC organization is not fulfilling its duty as a collective to bring, or how do I say this? Like, we have the numbers, we're growing in numbers, but we need to increase critical minds, as a first generation college student, and my parents are immigrants, and all they want from me is a college education, but they didn't know that me being in this institution is already hard enough because the system wasn't made for people of color. And so I want people to know or to realize their status as a person of color because they're already privileged enough to be in this campus to and what else do I want to go over? So yeah, I'm an ethnic studies major, and I want people to know that I'm accessible, to be approachable, because to be honest, I was scared to death of Jane and Anna were talking about politics and GBMs because I didn't know a lot, and I want people to know that I'm still learning and I'm willing to learn with you. So I offer my passion and my humility so that we can all learn in this space and progress the Filipino movement, the Filipina movement, yeah.
Okay. So thank you, Donald. So now we will begin with the questions. So the first question I thought Darrell, and then Erwin, and then Tabaz, and then Jane. And then Maria. And those are 5 questions.
Hi, Donald. So my question is two-parter. So the first part is, as SAC as a coalition constantly goes through oppression and challenges. So if something like Compton Cookout were to happen again, how would you mobilize KP, and how would you work with the other SAC ones?
So to realize that we are a SAC organization is to realize that we are part of a bigger coalition it was made because obviously this university doesn't favor people working together. And so in order to raise awareness on how to be in solidarity with these other orgs, we need to teach people that we are also underrepresented, under-resourced, and yeah, basically those. And to realize that we are not in the fight alone, and to work with orgs like MECHA and BSU. To quote Jody Blanco, at the time of the Compton Cookout, he wrote a letter to Filipina students on campus saying that we must be in solidarity with these organizations because, first of all, Compton Cookout, they're being called niggers. And we need to understand that niggers is a word that whoever is being called that, it paves the way. I'm quoting Jody Blanco. It paves the way for further violence to that person. And we were called niggers once when when the Philippines gained independence from the Spanish colonization, the U.S. began to occupy the Philippines and started teaching them about their history, American history, about the revolution or the Revolutionary War. But then they forgot their identity, and so they left that to go to America, and they were called niggers because they were dark skinned and they thought they were inferior. So that's what niggers means. It's not just the black person or anyone else, or it's anyone who is seen as inferior to, especially white people, because that's what white supremacy is all about. And is there anything else you want me to address? Did I answer your question?
Yes. Okay. So the second part of my question is, so there are 8 different organizations and probably 5 or 6 affiliated organizations. and all those organizations function differently, they work differently, and so tensions come about even when planning with another organization. So my question is, what is your definition of allyship, and how will you apply it as the SAC rep for you?
Okay. So allyship to me is creating a community where we feel valued, where we are acknowledged in our own struggles. It doesn't have to be the same as other people of color. So like, as if I'm elected social awareness coordinator, I'm trying to, I want to plan more joint GBMs, and like to start that solidarity, to start that allyship, we need to create dialogue, and we need to understand these different kinds of issues that affect these different kinds of people, because we have our own issues, but we need to learn about other people's issues, how they are treated as a black person, as a Chicano, as a Muslim student. And so like allyship to me is not saying like, ooh, I don't understand what you're going through, because you don't know what they're going through. You don't live their life. You haven't experienced the hate and the hurt that they went through. So like, to understand where they're coming from and then say like, okay, I'm here for you. That's allyship. Did I answer?
Okay, it was Erwin.
Okay. So understanding that your position requires a lot of knowledge, there's some things that we know or don't know. So I just have a question. So what resources, organizations, or people you hope to use to raise conscious and critical awareness of both Filipino and Filipino-American issues among TV members in the case space?
Well, as a social awareness coordinator, I'm planning to work closely with the literature department, mainly Jody Blanco and other Filipina professors like Amanda Solomon, because they know a lot about that stuff. And I'm still learning. I'm actually in Professor Solomon's class, and like I'm planning to work closely with alumni Liaison and the co-cultural coordinators to present a class that's supplemental to PCC, because I feel like even though PCC is there and you learn all these dances, you learn more about our culture, it's not enough to solidify that knowledge. So like, when the curtains close, like people will leave with a better understanding, but will they be at the next protest with the workers? Will they be there when the Tagalog classes are being threatened to be, dropped again?